Union Insanity. As the second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence states, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The founders did not list all of the inalienable rights. This first group of God-given rights is of importance to this video. The right to enjoy the fruits of one's labor. The right to provide nature's necessities, air, food, water, clothing, and shelter. The right to make personal choices. The right to choose a profession. The right to provide personal security. The right of free association. The right to self-government. The right to assemble. The right to petition, the right to contract. The rest of our rights is not as important to this video. The right to bear arms for self-defense, the right to own, develop, and dispose of property, the right of free conscience, the right to choose a mate, the right to beget one's kind, the right to free speech, the right to a free press, the right to contrive and invent, the right to explore the natural resources of the earth, the right to privacy, the right to a fair trial. This list is from the 5,000-Year Leap by W. Cleon Skousen, purchased at www.nccs.net. I believe that unions have a very important place in the world, and our God-given, unalienable rights provide a lawful framework for them to exist and for us to be members. Albert Einstein said, "The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results." That brings me to the insanity part of this video. For as long as I can recall, unions have supported the Democrat Party. I drove by the United Auto Workers building at Price's Corner, Delaware, and took this photo. Figured prominently on the front lawn this year, just as every election year, were a number of signs for Democrat candidates. Jack Markell had his sign proudly displayed. Now Delaware's governor running for re-election. Markell and Vice President, Delaware's own Joe Biden, worked very hard to get Fisker Auto to build their cars in the then closing General Motors plant. Both of these men worked night and day and spent as much of the taxpayers' wealth from the state and the country to get Fisker to create new jobs. Oops, scratch that. Save the jobs for the United Auto Workers that General Motors had scrapped. Millions from the state and $500 million from the federal government were to be invested in Fisker. Green jobs for everybody. This is a Google Earth photo of the old GM Boxwood Road plant. Delaware at one time had two sizable auto plants, the GM plant and a Chrysler plant near Newark. This photo is of the location of the Chrysler plant now being developed by the University of Delaware. The GM plant now waits for someone to raise it and build something on its site. Hey, I get loyalty. Believe in it. Probably too much. However, if every time you go to the same barber you get a terrible haircut, you might want to look for a new stylist. These politicians put you, your children, and your grandchildren on the hook for billions of dollars in interest to the banksters who fund the elections of the two crime families that run our state and country, the Democrats and the Republicans. Those criminal organizations have used your money to build plants overseas and ship your jobs there to run them. Nothing new. This has been going on since the end of World War II. If the union leadership doesn't like it, perhaps they aren't your friends and are not on the side of the working men and women. Hey, if you're a brotherhood, what do you need a president for anyway? Maybe you just take a democratic vote on running the union and hire a lawyer to act as your negotiator when you have contract talks. Oops, almost forgot to mention. The Delaware Fisker plant never made a car. Fisker has its green cars made in Finland. Talks of bankruptcy for Fisker, another of the green industries that Obama and Biden said would save the country and the world. All I want to know is how much of the $500 million invested in Fisker ended up in the accounts of Obama, Biden, and Markell or their families. And why the hell do hard-working men and women pay dues that support people and vote for people that are stealing the crumbs from their mouths?